Now let us see some theorems with respect to tangents. So before going to that, let us first see what are the properties of the tangent. Now just now we have seen what is a tangent. A tangent is a line which is intersecting the circle at one and only one point. Okay, so this is your line L. As you can see, this is intersecting the circle at only one point. Let us name this point as P, the center as O. Okay, so tangent is a line which is intersecting the circle at one and only one point. Further, you can also say that the intersection point where the tangent is intersecting the circle is called as point of contact. Okay, so point of contact, it is the point where the tangent is touching the circle. Okay, so here it is point P. Further, the another definition of tangent could be said as tangent is a special case of secant wherein the 2 points coincides. Now what am I saying? Now is this a secant? By definition, a line which is intersecting the circle at 2 points. So A and B. What if I move this line down, down, down? So when I'm moving this line and I move it such that it will intersect the circle at only one point, meaning this point A, when you are moving it down, it will be coming here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and finally it will come here. Similarly, point B, as you move downwards the line, so and it will also come at here. So what you can see here, that the 2 points which were intersecting the circle at two different points, they, as you move downward, they are coinciding at one point, and once they coincide, the respective line becomes the tangent. Okay, so that is also another definition of tangent, which says tangent is a special case of secant wherein the 2 points of the secant coincides. Okay, so that's why I have drawn the figure. So I am bringing this line down on, and then A and B points will coincide and they will be intersecting at one point. Further, how many tangents can be drawn from a point? Now suppose this is my point P. Okay, so from this point P, how many tangents can I draw? Here I have drawn one tangent L. Can I draw another one tangent which is again passing through point P, or you can say which is again having the same point of contact as P? Let us first draw it. Suppose I am drawing a line AB which is passing through P. Okay, so this is my line AB. And now I will be moving this line so that this line will become tangent to the circle. So this way, and finally this line, suppose I name it as A dash and B dash. So this was my line AB. I have moved it until it becomes tangent to the circle at point P. Similarly, now I will be taking another line on the other side of, and let us name this as CD. Again, this line is also passing through P because I have to check how many tangents can I draw through one point. Now this line also I will move so that it will become tangent, and as you can see, if you go on moving, it will exactly coincide with line A dash B dash, wherein it will become tangent to the circle at point P. So even though the two lines I had drawn at two different directions, but once I move it to make it a tangent, so both lines will coincide and both lines will be actually the same line which will be the tangent at point P. So from this we can conclude that from a point you can always draw only one tangent. From point P, a tangent to the circle can be only one. You cannot draw more than one tangent from the same point. From the another point you can definitely draw many tangents, but from the same point you can always draw one and only one tangent. Okay. Further, if in a given circle a secant is drawn, how many tangents can be drawn which are parallel to that secant? How many tangents can you draw which are parallel to the secant PQ? So PQ is my secant. Yes, I have to draw a tangent which is parallel to PQ. So I will go on drawing the lines until the given line becomes the tangent. So this is my P dash Q dash. This is my first tangent which is parallel to secant PQ. Similarly on the other side also. So this is my second tangent if I named it P double dash and Q double dash. Now other than P dash Q dash and P double dash and Q double dash, can I draw another tangent which is parallel to PQ? You cannot draw a line like this because then it will not be parallel to PQ. Okay, so what can I say? For a given secant, you can draw only two parallel tangents. Okay, so for a given secant, you can draw only two tangents which are parallel. If the condition is not that they have to be parallel, then definitely you can draw as many tangents as you can. But if I want a tangent which is parallel to the given secant, there can be at max only two tangents, or you can always draw two tangents which are parallel to the given secant. Further, now let us see the first theorem of the topic. The theorem says the tangent at any point of the circle is perpendicular to radius of the circle. So before understanding what the theorem is, suppose this is a road and a wheel or the wheel of the cycle, it is rotating on this or moving on the road. So these are the wheels of the cart. As you can you see any tangent here? So in this case, the road will be the tangent. Yes, and this is your point of contact. Now, whenever you draw a line or the radius from the point of contact, every time you will be looking that the radius is becoming perpendicular to the circle. Which radius? The radius which you are drawing from the point of contact. So now if the wheel is rotated and this line has become your radius, again that will be perpendicular. Further, the next radius. So the radius will always be perpendicular to the tangent from the point of contact. So that is what the theorem is saying, that the tangent at any point. So for a circle, if you draw a tangent at any point, it's not necessary that the location has to be fixed. So for a circle, if you are drawing a tangent at any point, and if you draw a radius from that point of contact, so this is my point of contact P, suppose this is my center O. So if I draw a line with through this, if I draw a radius from this point of contact, so this is always perpendicular. So that is what the theorem says, the tangent at any point of the circle is always perpendicular to radius. Now how we can prove this? Let us consider a point Q on secant xy. Okay, so what is my given? It is xy is tangent, and I have to prove that OP is perpendicular to xy. So let us take one point Q. Let us join OQ. Okay. So OQ will be greater than OP. Why? Yes. Why distance OQ will be greater than OP? Because if OQ was not greater than OP, what will it mean? That the point Q will lie inside the circle because OP is my radius. So any point which is having the length less than the radius will definitely lie in the interior part of the circle. Okay, so here OQ would have been, or the point Q would have been in the interior of my circle. But as I have said that xy is the tangent, it means the tangent is having only one point of contact, that is P, and all the other points on this line will definitely lie outside the circle. Okay, so if length OQ was less than length OP, it would have been meaning that point Q would have been in the interior of circle. In that case, if point Q has been in the interior, what does it mean? It means the line XY would be present here, and in that case, it would have been the secant of the circle and it would not have been the tangent of the circle. So if XY is my tangent, then definitely all the points on this line other than point P will definitely have a length which is greater than the radius. Okay, so you can consider the points on the other side also. So all these points will be having the length which are greater than the radius. So what does this mean? One concept which you have learned is the shortest distance is always the perpendicular distance of that line. Meaning, if I have to find how far is xy from point O, definitely I will be drawing a line from O, a perpendicular line from point O on xy. Okay, and this perpendicular length will tell me the distance. So by that concept, we have seen that the shortest length is always the perpendicular distance for that line. In this case, OP is my shortest length. And since OP is my shortest length, it means OP is perpendicular also. Okay, and if OP is perpendicular, it means here at the point of contact the radius is making an 90-degree angle with the respective tangent. Okay, so this is how the theorem has to be proved. What we have seen, we have first of all drawn a tangent xy, and P was my point of contact. From P, I have drawn a radius intersecting OP. I didn't know whether OP is perpendicular or not. I have considered a point Q on XY, and as I know XY is the tangent, so all the points on that line XY will definitely fall outside the circle, meaning the length will always be greater than the radius of circle, and the shortest distance of a line from a point is always the perpendicular distance. And since OP is the shortest distance, it means OP is also the perpendicular distance, or OP is always also the perpendicular to the given line XY. And hence the tangent at any point is always perpendicular to the circle.